guys, welcome back to my channel once again. Today is 11th of November 2019, and some of the altcoins are pumping and BTC is currently bouncing on the previous resist support rather, and I just decided to make altcoin video. Just wanted to point out 4 to 5 altcoins I want to look into today, which we should be expecting the targets probably this week or towards next week. So before that, I quickly want to look at the market, what the market has been doing for some time, and just look at BTC and ETH chart. For now, let me look at BTC dominance around here. So we have this bearish divergence, have this move around here down to this level, and why the RSI, sorry, this is Williams percentage R, so use RSI. So for RSI we have this move around here to the upside. So we had this price reversing down to the side. We have some bearish reversal candlestick around here that also give us that signal that price move down to the side, as you can see now. So we're looking at this level around here, testing this level, and we'll probably come to test this level. So if this level doesn't hold, so Bitcoin will likely test the 64% of the market dominance, and if BTC is going down in dominance, the reverse case will be altcoin dominance will also be moving up. We saw a bearish divergence on Bitcoin dominance, and here we're seeing a bullish divergence, and had this down like this. So first of all, we should be looking at the dominance going back to this before this. So for now, we're seeing some push to the upside if this holds, if price reverses at this place to come back down. But if it breaks through it, there's high probability to test 35, and that's just what I'm looking at on the dominance. I really don't want to talk about the market cap and the rest, and I'm basically looking at BTC USD. What I'm seeing on 4 hours time frame, the 4 hours time frame, I'm basically seeing a bullish flag pattern. And when I say a bullish flag pattern, I mean the flag is rectangular in shape, more like a descending channel. It's not like the pennant flag pattern, which has the flag is triangular in shape. We initially had this pennant flag pattern around here. So this is an example of a pennant flag pattern. So for now, this is what I'm looking at. So if this level, as you can see, it has bounced here and came back down to that place, and if you watched my last week video, I pointed out this level as the target for pointed out this level as the first target for the descending triangle, which we saw around here, the descending triangle which we saw around here. So if you watched that video, you will notice I made these levels clear, that price would likely test this level several times, and if it doesn't hold, we're looking at this other level down here and taking it. Okay, we're looking at this level down here and another major target around here. So for now, price is still holding within this 8700 around here, and at the same time I'm not saying price would not break through this level. What I'm just trying to say is there is high probability we might get a reversal to the upside. That is what I'm just trying to say. And on the daily time frame, we're still looking at still the same levels. They are very clear. We had one here, and one here. So if but the diver, the RSI is still saying price will likely move down towards this level around here. So for now, I'm not into any BTC trade for now, while ETH USD, not a good price trend, but on the 4 hours time frame, something like an ascending triangle chart pattern around here, and we have this moving up to this place, and we'll have this as well, like this. And whenever I see this, the first thing I do is I will have to check my MAs, that's the moving average, to see what is really happening before I look at it. Okay, now we have price is still moving back down, but we have this several ascending support moving up. So the first thing I do is what I run to the 200-day moving average, MA. So once this is out, I adjust this back to 200, and you will notice that price has been bouncing right at the top of the 200-day moving average, and it is even yet to close below it. So even if we might likely get a drop down to this level, not really sure, but whenever it closes below it, there is high probability to go down to 160, below 175, down to this level. So but for now, still getting, this is the first, second, third, fourth. So this is the fourth, and never can tell what will happen next. So these are just what I'm looking at. But if this level holds, there's high probability price will break through this horizontal resistance around here, which you're seeing, and make a new high to around 200 and above. So for now, I really don't want to go into this chart until next month. So let's look at the altcoin and see what is happening. I've picked out let me remove ETH and BTC. I've picked out BNB, FUN, REN, WABI, RVN, and Stellar. So let me start from BNB first. For BNB, taking it okay, this is the 4 hours time frame. I'm looking at, okay, let's take it down to the daily time frame. So for the daily time frame, I'm looking at okay, my network is slow. So I'm looking at an inverted head and shoulder round. Well, I think the network is okay. Looking at an inverted head and shoulder round here. So we had this horizontal resistance, and one thing about technical analysis is the most important level to keep an eye on is whenever you have an horizontal resistance or support level. When there is horizontal level, just keep an eye on that level, because price most likely will break out and make a new high. For now, we're having this this here, we have this, and we have this. So I think this is even clear whenever you see something like this setup. So, and to make the targets, we have from here to this place, and you can drag it to the top of the breakout, and you put your horizontal line to mark the target, and basically we're looking at a high from this to this place. Let me change the color and make it a little bit thin, and put our flag, and we have something like this. And you can also as well, after putting the major targets around here, you can also make an average target around here, which should go along with any support or resistance level. So we have targets I'm looking at from around here. You take it, copy, paste, and you take it to the upside. Now take note of this. Whenever you see something like this, you don't have to jump into that trade, because this pattern is not 100% complete. You must have this body of the candlestick close above it. If you look at this place, we have a rejection wick around here. This is not what we're looking for. We're looking for the body of this candle closing above this horizontal resistance. So if we don't have the body of the candle close above this horizontal resistance, this pattern is invalid. So until we have the body of the candlestick that closes above this horizontal resistance, then you can open a long position to the upside. So for now, I think the RSI is still good, facing up. Still need to get to I think 70 and above. So for now, I think this is good to go. Above the horizontal resistance is a good buy for me, and we'll look at the up targets to this place. I think this pretty straightforward. And the next one I'm looking at WABI. I saw the pump this morning, and I said, okay, let's see what's happening. An ascending triangle chart pattern. Yeah, an ascending triangle chart pattern is most times it's a reversal, bullish reversal chart pattern, and most times whenever you see it at the top of an uptrend, you call it a bullish continuation chart pattern. But for here, you can see price is trying to reverse back to the upside, so we'll call it a bullish reversal to the upside. And one more thing again is, I explained on when I was looking at this BNB, that if you want to take a trade, if you look at it, this is the daily candlestick. This must close around here before we can call it a valid trade. This must close around here before we call it a valid trade. So this candlestick here, you can see a rejection around here, a rejection around here. So this have to close like this before we can say, okay, it's a good the pattern has been completed. And we have these levels to keep an eye on, from here down to this place. Okay, So this is what we have around here so we're looking at this target around this level. So we're looking at 3k sats. Okay, the trend line should be like this, and okay, we have this, and I think using the Ichimoku cloud on double cloud settings, and using the double cloud settings. Okay, this is not the double cloud settings, I need to adjust that. Double cloud settings 20, 60, 120, 30. I would explain this, still working on the video, so I'll explain this very well when I'm done with the video. Okay, so we have this future cloud around here. The future cloud is bullish. We have the candlestick is above cloud. We'll call this Kumo breakout. We have the lagging span above the price, but inside the cloud. You want everything should be above the cloud for a long entry. So for now, we still want this to move up before going totally long. I would explain this. The video is coming up before the end of this week. You should all get a comprehensive video on Ichimoku, and I'm taking that one step at a time, so you guys would follow up and get to understand how to use it. So for now, this is what I'm looking at on WABI. We expect a move to this 3,163 sats. For now, it's just pretty straightforward, and you don't really need to spend much time looking at price on the chart. When you know how to spot your resistance and support, you just go straight, look for what is the possible pattern is following the levels you're looking at, use your fib, and straight you just get it. And most times people ask me why I don't use fib. When I don't use fib, just know that I know the level I'm looking at. When I don't use fib, I automatically know the target should be between the extension ratios, and towards the downside still the same thing. And most times if price goes up, there is high probability to reverse 50% of its move to the upside. So I automatically know what ratio I should be looking at around here. That's why most times I don't use the fib, though it is very important. So for WABI, we're expecting this price target, and the next one I'm looking at is FUN. I've been looking at this chart. I've not posted it, but I think you guys will have to see it. We're looking at cup and handle, just nicely drawn. We're expecting this handle to be completed before we take it to the upside, and we'll have this cup before the handle. But we don't actually use the handle to calculate the take profit level. We use this cup to calculate it. You see it, just exactly the length. So whenever you take from the bottom of the cup to the top, you just drag it and put it at the breakout level, then you get your take profit levels. Like I said, the highest you can make it half, so you can get two different levels to close your trades. So the same thing, a cup and handle can also be a bullish reversal chart pattern or a bullish continuation chart pattern, depending on where you're seeing this. So at this point, we have, like I said, horizontal resistance, which is very important in technical analysis. Horizontal resistance, whenever you see this, just take note of this. the body of this candlestick needs to close above this horizontal resistance before we call this pattern a valid pattern. For now, we're just seeing this shape. It needs to go above this for it to be completed. Take note of that. Whenever I drop something like this, any chart pattern, bearish or bullish, just make sure you understand what I'm trying to convey. What I'm trying to tell you guys is this pattern needs to be valid before it is taken. If you're taking this trade from here, it is very, very improper and has high risk of going down. So this horizontal resistance could actually hold price down and pull price back down. That is why it is very important for you to wait for the breakout, then know how to set your stop losses. And another thing again, people ask me, what if it breaks out and come back inside? Yes, it happens. You need, whenever you want to take a trade, make sure your long position should be like 2% away from this horizontal horizontal resistance. It should be 2% away. And you always, I cannot tell you the stop loss you should use. I don't know the amount of money you're using to trade. It depends on how or the risk you are ready to take. That will determine the percentage of losses you can also take into that trade. Now for this, we're looking at the completion of this pattern right above let's say from 52 up to 53. The body of the candlestick must close 52 to 53. Now when we have that, we're looking at a target of, we can say 90 to 100, but for now we'll leave it at 67 to 87 for now. So that's fun. We have REN. REN also is a very good coin I've been looking at, and I posted this ascending triangle chart pattern, the same thing. We'll call it a bullish reversal. We see this ascending support, get this 1 2 3 4, and we'll have something like a small flag, bullish flag pattern forming around here. And I just put this horizontal line which is showing us this touch around here and this touch. So whenever we want to even get a pullback, price should get back to this level before we'll get a pullback, and if it breaks above it, then we'll likely see a high of 1158. But for now, the major thing we're looking at is what price getting back to this level around here, this level around here. And we have this, okay, the RSI is still bullish, showing a reversal to the upside. So for now, we're looking at the pattern needs to be completed first before taking any trade. So we're looking at 795 sats before price closing above it. So we might likely get a pullback. And you look at it, we have a rejection candlestick around rejection wick rather around here. So we need price to close above it. And if you want to take this trade, it's at your own risk, because I am not advising you to take any trade. You have to go down to lower time frame to see if you can take that trade to the upside. Okay, we have this, we have this around here. I'm practically not looking at taking this trade until it gets to this level, though it's a good profit from 635 to 9797. For now, we'll leave it at the daily time frame. We'll leave it at the daily time frame. then we'll move to, okay, I think I'm done with WABI. Okay, I'm done with WABI. Then we'll move to, this is STR. STR is Stellar, and in other X in is XLM, so it's just the same thing. So for this Stellar, we're looking at majorly focusing on weekly time frame. That is something you guys need to see about the weekly time frame of Stellar. And what I'm seeing here is practically what happened in 2017. We had this level around here, and we're having this level around here. And I'm not saying price will repeat the same thing it did last 2 years. What I'm saying is something you should keep an eye on. Whenever I see something like this, okay, we cannot actually say this would play out, but it's something to keep an eye on. When I use the Ichimoku double cloud settings, we have a big C clamp that is happening here. This is what we call a C clamp, when the Kijun is totally flat and the Tenkin is far away from Kijun. This is C clamp, or we'll call it TK disequilibrium. Normally the Ichimoku loves everything to be at equilibrium, where this Tenkin will be close to the Kijun, but for now this is calling for a pullback. The same thing we had around here. Let me make this the Kijun is called the baseline, which is the English name. So I want to make this a little bit thick so that you see what I'm trying to explain here. So we have this. So if you look at it, the same thing happened here when the Tenkin, which is the conversion line, was far away from the Kijun. The Kijun, a flat Kijun, is always, take note of this Kijun, whenever it's totally flat, it is always 0.5 of the fib. It's always 0.5 from this top, taking it down to the lowest. It's always 0.5 around here of the fib. So like I said, price love to retrace back 50% of its move downward or up. So now we have this flat Kijun. It's totally flat around here, and the Tenkin is far away from it, likewise the price. So at this point it's calling for a pullback, and it pulled back up from this 7763 up to around 2534. And I'm not saying it will repeat the same thing, but it's something to keep an eye on. We're getting this still totally flat, not showing any sign of turning to the downside. Whenever you have the Kijun turning down to the downside, is called the Kijun angulation. We call this a bearish angulation to the downside. But whenever you have this staying for too long, and we have from August, it has been staying for 77 days. So we have, whenever you have this staying for too long, there is high probability price will reverse back to the upside to test this Kijun, even if not the Kijun, halfway to it, let's say around 2127. But there is high probability price will come back at equilibrium to meet the Kijun. So it's something we should all look at and keep an eye on. If you're buying here, which I'm not advising you to buy, if you're buying here at your own risk, you have to keep an eye on it to the upside. So you just need to always adjust your stop loss, because I think the whole price in crypto are always manipulated, so you should be careful. But definitely this is something to keep an eye on. From this level to this level, we have how many percentage? I won't be surprised if this happens, but we have I think 177. So like I said, from whenever you have the keygen going totally flat, just know that is automatically 0.5 fib. So 0.5 fib, 50% of the move from up to down, which is the average. So price will always, or will like to retrace back up half of its price to the downside, to retrace back up. So we should keep an eye on this level. So these are the major things I'm looking at on the crypto. And yeah, RVN, this is the last one I'm looking at. Majorly this, I don't really know what to say, but these supports are turning out to be a very good and strong one for now. I cannot really say if there will be a reversal, but we're getting more and more reversal candlestick at the bottom of this trend. So if this holds, we have, let me move it to the daily time frame. So we have you can see it, the bounces here. So like I said, the flat keygen is calling for a reversal to the upside, and we have this. Okay, let me see if I can take it down to the lower time frame again. Looks like I'm seeing an ascending triangle chart pattern around here. Yeah, I thought as much. Yeah. So we have this ascending triangle around here. I have this ascending triangle. Have this sloping up. What's like this? Let me remove this. So we have this. So I think I should take it from here. So we have this to keep an eye on. So this is a bullish reversal chart pattern. Like I said, always take note of the horizontal levels. It can be resistance, it can be support, but most times whenever you have horizontal resistance or support, price loves to break that horizontal level. So I think we should get a pullback to test this level before any upside, before we see any upside. But for now, I'm not focusing on these 3 hours. I'm focusing on the weekly time frame, which is practically showing us a test of this level, test of this level around here. So if we get a pullback around 280 to down to 265, it's still fine as far as this level of support is holding. So we'll get a reversal to the upside, but for now just try to stay off for now until we get more bullish signal around here. That's if you're looking at the weekly time frame. But for the 3 hours lower time frame, I think something a good sign for a reversal to the upside. So let me know what you think about this video. If you want to see any coin for me to give you any analysis on any coin, just put it on the comment below. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, and my next video will be on Ichimoku indicator, and I am really planning to make that very simple for all traders. So like and subscribe so that you will get a notification whenever I drop the first part of Ichimoku. Thank you guys, and happy trading.